Hello, and welcome to the APS Assistance Program's expert webinar session. Today, we're going to talk about navigating the Crisis Bill Assistance Program and payment arrangements with APS. My name is Edgar Olivo from the Compass CBS Foundation, and I am delighted to be your host for today's program. During this session, we'll explore two vital resources that can help you manage your energy bills during challenging financial times. Our expert guests will provide detailed insights into the Crisis Bill Assistance Program, which offers bill payment assistance of up to $1,000 per year to customers facing financial hardship. We'll also discuss the Payment Arrangement Program, which provides eligible customers with extra time to catch up on their energy bills by equally distributing outstanding balances over a set period of time. At APS, we know that paying energy bills can be challenging, and we want to help you get back on your feet during difficult times. That's why we've put together this expert webinar session to provide you with more information about these critical resources. So sit back, relax, and get ready to discover the assistance programs that can make a significant difference in your financial well-being. As I mentioned, in today's expert webinar session, we will be discussing two vital resources to help residents in Arizona who may be struggling with their energy bills. We'll cover the Crisis Bill Assistance Program and Payment Arrangement Program with our guest. We understand that circumstances can change quickly and unexpectedly, making it challenging for individuals and families to keep up with their bills. That's why we're here to help provide you support and guidance on how to navigate these difficult situations. As I mentioned earlier, in today's expert webinar session, we will be discussing two vital resources to help residents in Arizona who may be struggling with their energy bills. We'll cover the Crisis Bill Assistance Program and Payment Arrangements Programs with our guest. We understand that circumstances can change quickly and unexpectedly, making it challenging for individuals and families to keep up with their bills. That's why we're here to help and provide support and guidance on how to navigate these difficult situations. To provide more insights and expert guidance on these programs, I'm excited to introduce our special guest, Jim Holbrook. Jim is a customer-focused representative from APS who has been instrumental in identifying and addressing gaps in accessing emergency air conditioning services and beyond. Jim will provide more in-depth details about the Crisis Bill Assistance and Payment Arrangement Programs, as well as share valuable insights into his experience in the energy assistance community. We are grateful to have him with us today. So, without further ado, let's jump into our discussion with Jim and learn how we can help you or someone you know access these essential resources. Jim, it's so nice to have you here on our expert webinar sessions. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you, Edgar?
Doing well, doing well. I know we've got a lot of great information that we want to cover today, and I have lots of questions for you, and you are just the person to ask. So let's go ahead and focus and talk about the Crisis Bill Assistance Program and really get into the details. My very first question for you is, what are the eligibility criteria for this program?
Well, first off, you need to be an APS residential customer, obviously, and then there's an income requirement that's based on household size. So, for example, a family of four, it's a monthly income of $4,624, and that equates to $55,488 a year. If you're looking to see what those criteria are, you can go on aps.com/assistance and look for the Crisis Bill Assistance section. When you land on that web page, there's a lot of options. So you look for Crisis Bill, and then it has that list of income levels by family size in both English and Spanish. So you can look there. And the last thing that I like to point out about the program is we don't look for citizenship, so that doesn't matter. With the state programs, that can be a factor, but for our programs, it does not.
That's wonderful. It's very inclusive, and the website that you just mentioned is scrolling at the bottom of our screen, so you can take note. aps.com/assistance. We'll be referring through for that website throughout the program. Now, I know that there's some other questions that our audience may have, and so how is household income determined for program qualification?
Yeah, for our program, the household income's based on all of the full-time residents in the home. So that's an important factor. The number of people in the home dictates the income level. So, for example, if you've got two parents, two kids, and a grandparents, that's a family size 5. And then you would look at our chart, find the income level for that, and go from there.
All right, sounds good. And I know income is a determinant, but we also need to know how is the number of individuals in a household determined for the program?
Yeah, that's based on the number of people that live there full time. So if you have people that are only in the house a few weeks a year or that sort of thing, you just go off the full-time residents. So I already gave you one example. Another example, Edgar, like if you and I lived in the same apartment, that would be a family size of 2. And you can look at the monthly income or your annual income, depending on what you have documentation for, and submit that.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Now, also, I know that we're telling folks to go to aps.com/assistance to apply, but what are your recommendations when folks are visiting the website? What are the steps to apply for this program?
There's a lot of ways to go about it. The best thing to do first is look on the website, like you said, and find our list of all the agencies that are participating. So there's 3 choices when you go on the website. You'll see it says wildfire, it says Maricopa County Human Services, and then Chicanos por la Casa. So you can contact one of those directly. And if you click on the wildfire section, for example, there's about 20 agencies that work with us in wildfire to provide the assistance. So if you look at that list, it'll give you the phone number for those entities. And some of them actually have an online application. For example, Maricopa Human Services, you would do online, and they use that as an intake process. And then they'll start working with you. They'll usually reach out to you and start the process, set up an appointment to talk live. And you don't necessarily have to go into the office. That's a nice thing that's happened recently is they've made it a lot more accessible remotely, like, some sort of online streaming or contact situation. So you don't have to take the time to go into the office like it was 3-4 years ago. And like I said, that's the main thing, is finding someone you can contact. And then once you contact that agency, start the process. They'll set up an appointment with you, and then they'll help you walk through the application. And the reason we do that is that we want you to work with the agencies, because the agencies can help you with more than just the utility need. They can also use the same information you need to apply for our program to help you with food assistance, other assistance that you may need. There's programs that are active now with the state that will help you with rent or your mortgage or other things as well. So the idea is you take that time, an hour or 2 of your day, to apply for assistance, and it helps you with multiple forms of assistance, including our program as well.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of wonderful community partners who are helping all of our residents with this type of information and resources. So that's really great to hear. Now, specifically, the Crisis Bill Assistance Program has benefits. What are those benefits, and what do they receive? What do eligible applicants receive?
So what our program does is it provides up to $1,000 of bill assistance to pay your electricity bill every 12 months. So let's say you owe $700. You're behind on your bill up to $700. So you would contact Chicanos por la Casa. Chicanos por la Casa would work with you. They'd get your income documents, verify that, and then once they have decided that, okay, you meet the criteria, then they would approve that, and then you would get that $700 on your bill.
Ah, okay, okay. And so by working with these agencies who are going to determine my eligibility, I get some financial benefit to be able to cover my utility bill. How is the financial assistance distributed to eligible applicants? Do I get a check directly, or does it go directly to my bill? How does that work?
No, it does not get sent to you as a check. So obviously we don't want to get it lost or whatever thing. So
Yeah.
we have actually built a system that the agencies use. So once they have determined that you are qualified, they'll submit a notice into that system. And what it does is immediately stop if there happens to be any sort of disconnection activity on your account. It immediately stops that, and it applies that credit or the amount that they've approved, the $700 in our scenario, that gets put on your bill right then. And so that's the nice part about it. It's pretty instantaneous if you go through one of the agencies that's doing this. And then it's on your account and you can see it, and also the agency people can see it. So it just basically updates and you're good from there.
That's great. So once you get an approval, it's all handled internally and automatically. That's really wonderful. Thank you for sharing that information. And now I'm sure a lot of folks who are watching are curious of who to get in contact for more information if they have more questions. What is the contact information?
Yeah, the best way to go is to go to aps.com/assistance. Um, there's the crisis bill section. When you get to that page, there's like crisis bill and other activities on there, but you click what's called crisis bill assistance, and then that will have a list of agencies, and you find an agency and you call them, and then you go from there. So we have a lot of agencies, and there's a lot of reasons for that because we serve a lot of the states. So we have people in Yuma, we have people up in Flagstaff,
Mhm.
Prescott, even down in the Bisbee area. We
Mm.
try to have representation all over the state.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing that information. Again, if you want to know more information about the Crisis Bill Assistance Program specifically to get some funding for your utility bill, aps.com/assistance. Now, Jim, now that we have you here with us, there's another program that we've been talking about, which is the Payment Arrangements Program. And so let's go ahead and start asking you what are the eligibility criteria for this particular program?
Well, for payment arrangements, the main criteria is you're eligible for that if you have an outstanding balance of $75 or more, typically.
Mm. Okay. All right. So as long as you have a balance of $75 or more, you can qualify for this program. And so, how is there a household income determined for this program qualification?
No, it's not. It's pretty
Okay.
straightforward.
All right. So that one's a lot easier. And so, how is the number of individuals in a household determined for this particular program? Is that determined or needed?
It is not. It is not. All you need to enroll is, like I said, if you have a balance over $75, that's how it starts. And then the only thing that would keep you from being on the program, there's a few criteria. So, for example, if you're on APS budget billing, so that's where you have set up a fixed payment amount
Hmm.
for each month. You can't be on a payment arrangement if you have that. But if you want the payment arrangement more than budget billing, you can do that. You just have to get off the budget of billing. Now, the problem with that is there might be a true up or an adjustment based on that, but that's one criteria. You can't be on budget billing. The other thing is that you can't have broken an existing payment arrangement within the last 90 days
Okay.
or broken 3 or more payment arrangements in the last 12 months.
Okay.
But for most customers, say you're behind $200 and you know you're going to have some cash flow problems, can't pay that, you can call in and get on the payment arrangement and just set that up and help dictate how long you want that to go. So you say, okay, I'm going to spread this over 3 months. They
Mhm.
set the payment arrangement and then off you go.
That's wonderful. I love how much flexibility is in this program to be able to help people get through some tough times. And so, what are the steps to apply? If I'm ready to, say, set up a payment arrangement, what should I do? What would you recommend for me to do?
Well, there's two approaches to it. If you're on your APS.com, you log into your account, you can do a payment arrangement from there. Or, if you want to find that, how to get to that, it's the same thing that we've been talking about, APS.com/assistance.
Hmm.
And that same list of things that you'll see when you get there, there's crisis bill, and there's also one that's called payment arrangement. If you click
Hmm.
payment arrangement, it has the start of that process. It'll ask you to log into your account. Once you're logged into your account, it'll bring in your payment information and go that route. Now, that works if it's fairly straightforward and you don't already have a payment arrangement or something like that. If you want to have more of a discussion and have somebody help you go through it, which is probably the case in most instances, you just need to call our call center, and we do have a dedicated line for these type of things. And in the Phoenix area, that phone number is 602-371-7607. And if you're outside the metro area, it's 1-800-253-9409. So when you call in, one of our call center team we'll look at your account, have a discussion with you, and then you can set up a payment arrangement that makes sense for what your balance is and what you can afford to pay over time.
That's great. So you can go to the website, check out the one-stop shop of financial assistance resources, aps.com/assistance. Or if you want to talk to somebody, we have the phone number scrolling through the bottom of the screen, 602-371-7607 or 1-800-253-9409. Thanks so much for sharing that great information. Jim, I have a couple more questions that I want to ask. What are the benefits for eligible applicants? What happens once I submit my application?
Well, what the benefit of the payment arrangement is, it allows you to divide your past due bill into equal payments over a set period of time, which can vary depending on what you owe and your situation. So it's a way to help you with your cash flow and stay current. And it's always a good idea, always to try and pay us something a little bit, even if it's not as much as you need to pay off your balance. It still helps to keep paying, and also talking to our associates so they know you're trying. Those are always a good rule of thumb. For the payment arrangement, like let's say, whatever amount you owe, you spread it over 5 months. So what happens then is it'll show up on your bill. It will have a line that says payment arrangement, and whatever amount you actually have incurred for the month, it'll have that amount, and then it adds it together, and that'll be the amount you need to pay for that month. And like I said, just to reiterate, on the bill, it does say payment arrangement amount. And one thing I do want to point out, Edgar, is that a lot of customers, when they set the payment arrangement up, they think it's going to be an automatic deduction from their account, especially if they're paying online or using their bank. That is not the case. So just remember, it's not automatic deduction. You can do that if you wish, but it's not automatically set up when you have the payment arrangement. So a lot of people have trouble with that. They think it's automatic, and then they don't pay it, and then they get a notice. So just wanted to point that.
Well, I'm glad you pointed that out. And we're going to do one more invitation for our audience to contact APS to learn more information. Please share with us, Jim, how can individuals get in touch with you or get in touch with more information about this program?
Like I said, you got two ways: aps.com/assistance, and you look for the payment arrangement section on that web page. Or in this particular instance, the better option is just to call us in the Phoenix area, the metro area. It's 602-371-7607. And outside the metro area, 1-800-253-9409. And they'll help you through the process.
Excellent. And we have that contact information for you right there, scrolling on our screen. Jim, such a pleasure to have you on our program. Thank you so much for sharing this great information. Are there any other final remarks that you'd like to share with our audience?
Sure, Edgar. I do want to point out that, we have some assistance programs, but don't forget the state of Arizona has what they call the LIHEAP program. And they also have some other programs to help you with your rent and mortgage assistance. And the state just started the LIHEAP program, and you can apply online. So if you go onto Google and you Google Arizona LIHEAP, LIHEAP, it should bring up a link to those pages, and you can start the process there. They actually have part of their website which will let you see if you're eligible before applying. So that's nice, because you can just go through that. You don't have to get out all your documents. You can just see whether you're even qualified to begin with. But it also provides a significant amount of assistance depending on your criteria. It can be $800 up to $1,000. And our program and that program are not exclusive. So you can get both. So it's a very big benefit for customers. If you qualify for the APS Crisis Bill Assistance Program that we talked about before, you're probably going to qualify for the LIHEAP program. I do believe the state is checking, for citizenship, but if you have a green card or something like that, you should qualify. It's definitely worth the time to check into it.
Excellent.
Sorry,
Yep.
Edgar. Last thing, if
Mhm.
you talk to one of the agencies
Mhm.
uh, about crisis bill, that's something they will help you with as part of that process. They'll help you look at the state programs as well. So that's one of that, again, back to why we have you contact the agency.
Yep.
It helps you get through all this and makes more use of your time when you are trying to apply.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jim. You're such a world of resources. We really appreciate you having you on our program. Thank you once again.
No problem. Thank you, Edgar. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, Jim, for providing these great insights about the programs. I hope you enjoyed our program today. Our expert webinar sessions are designed to help you access resources that will help you build a financial future and achieve your goals. We appreciate you for joining us today to learn more about the Crisis Bill Assistance Program and payment arrangements with APS. We hope that this information has been helpful and informative for you and that you feel more confident in navigating these programs. Remember, if you or someone you know is struggling to pay their energy bills, APS offers a wide range of assistance programs for every level of need. Make sure to check out our website at aps.com/assistance to learn more. And don't forget about our APS online learning program. This free program is a great resource to learn more about assistance programs and how to save energy and money on your bill. Again, visit aps.com/assistance to discover this program and get started. Thank you again for joining us today, and we hope to see you at our next expert webinar session.